Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another Incursio the Gamer Dungeons & Dragons quick build video. Today we have with us Sora, the hero of taste from Hardcore Leveling Warrior. Spoilers ahead, I also do suggest you guys read the series. It is amazing. Now, let's talk about who she is. She is one of the members of Team Hardcore Leveling Warrior, or Team Dark, during the tournament arc. Additionally, she has an ego weapon. They are very, very powerful weapons that only one person can use. They cannot be transferred from person to person, and her personal trait is Taster. She is a swordsman who becomes the hero of taste. Taster does buff themselves with food, so self-buffing unit. Additionally, I do feel like she deserved a little more screen time. She was kind of cast aside in Hardcore Leveling Warrior Earth game, and she does deserve a little bit of extra love. She was one of the original three, after all. Now, let's talk the D&D build. Female Orc, Paladin 5, Barbarian 1, you're going to take Oath of Vengeance, and Paladin will be your starting class. Strength 18, Dex 15, Constitution 19. Intelligence, Wisdom, dump stats, Charisma can be a little bit upped. Walking speed 30, hit points 65, the highest we've seen so far because in the series she acts as their tank. AC 16, Initiative +2, immune to disease. I mean, she can eat anything. I'm sure she'd be immune to poisoning as well if I could put that on, but anyways, Charisma, Wisdom as your proficiency for saving throws, 9, 8, 12 for passive senses, respectively, and Dark Vision 60 feet. Here are proficiencies, let's talk skills. Animal handling for the ego weapon or the mimic weapon. Athletics and insight because she is just strong, and survival because she does have good survival instincts. During many near-death experiences, she has survived. Additionally, as an orc, she has relentless endurance. Let's talk actions. Now, I did give her a Mimic Greatsword. This is, of course, a homebrewed weapon, but it is basically the ego weapon. It can bite down, it eats, you need to feed it, etc., etc. You also have to attune to it, and you have to be lucky enough to attune to it. Now, of course, this weapon does have an ego of its own. It is its own weapon, however you can use it. I figure with this Mimic Greatsword, she can also turn it into, the different versions of her weapons. Chopsticks, knife, spoon, and fork, I believe. She has all of those. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be her ego weapon. Ego, or I'm not sure what she named it, but anyways, we move on from that. She also has her really strong unarmed strike, dash, disengage, dodge, grapple, shove, and lay on hands pull. She can heal, but mostly she'll be using it on herself. It is her personal trait to eat more and hit hard. Additionally, extra attack, she hits twice. Divine Sense, of course, detects if anything's good or evil, pretty much. Add your enemy, wisdom saving throw, or they become frightened and their speed reduced to 0. Now, of course, channel divinities, you get 1. Naturally, let's talk bonus actions. You're mostly going to want to use it for Vow of Enmity. Enmity, there we go. You get advantage against one creature. Consider that channel divinity as maybe eating something, and then boom, you get a little attack boost. Adrenaline rush, same thing. You gain a little bit of extra HP, meaning you just eat. When you take the dash action as a bonus action, 3 times per long rest, of course, you gain. Additionally, you have rage. Now, of course, you can cast all your spells on you before the rage, but consider this eating maybe like the dragon tail meat or something. However you will. You also have Hunter's Mark and Misty Step. Great things for long-term damage. 2-weapon fighting, of course. You also have your reactions, opportunity attack only. For your others, Chef. Now, she is not exactly a chef, however, she does go around eating, and she can just make the treats and gain those 3 temporary hit points as she goes along. More health, of course, more buffs. She's a self-buffing unit, remember. And special food. You can cook food for 7 creatures, and anyone who eats this food gains 1d8 extra hit points. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, she would probably eat it all. If your DM allows it, absolutely. Because, like 7d8 extra hit points would turn out to be quite a bit. So add that 3 here, add the other 3 here, that's 9 and 9, 18. 18 plus 34. So that's going to be like 32 plus 2. That's 52 extra hit points. At level 6, you're already above 100 hit points if your DM allows you to eat all this special food. But that's completely up to them. Additionally, once per long rest, if you're brought down to 0, you go to 1 instead. Relentless endurance, am I right? The orc comes in handy, first of all. Second of all, as the tank, she's kind of got to survive. Also has Divine Smite, as she does have the capability to hit really hard. Limited use, you've seen it all. Now, let's talk spells. As a paladin, you have a couple first level, a couple second level. You have Bane, Heroism, Hunter's Mark. Basically, just more versions of damage. Unfortunately, concentration here and concentration here. But Heroism, of course, you gain a little bit of extra hit points, I believe. What, like one temporary hit point? Yeah. It isn't bad, but it does help with immune to frightened, which is maybe another flavor for food. Now you also have aid, which is just a better version of that, of course, but you do not gain the immunity to frightened. Hold person as well and misty step. A lot of these things are unfortunately concentration, but it is what it is. There's no avoiding concentration here. Also, you can still cast your divine smites instead. Now let's talk inventory. I decided to take away most of her other items and only add the greatsword. Additionally, Sora in the series does wear very skimpy armor. It's not really armor, but it is what it is. Mimic greatsword and everything else is pretty much taken away. She does have that pot. I'll flavor that maybe as the refrigerator she does carry around, but yeah. Mimic greatsword. Remember, it's just there. It's pretty much all she does use as her weapons. She does eat quite a bit, so I suppose that chef feat does come in handy. So class features: Paladin is your starting class, Athletics, Insight, Divine Sense, Lay on Hands. You're going to take great weapon fighting. On a 1 or a 2, it counts as a 3, I believe. Right? So spellcasting, Divine Smites, Divine Health, Sacred Oath. You take Oath of Vengeance. This way, you get that Vow of Enmity. Always going to have troubles pronouncing that. But anyways, that's mostly what you want. You're going to want to gain advantage. It is going to be crucial to hit better and hit harder. Now, of course, you can replace, I believe, this, I believe, Oath of Vengeance for maybe Oath of the Crown, but it wouldn't make as much sense. It is still, I suppose, a second option. Secondary if you don't want to play Oath of Vengeance. Now, of course, feat chef. Naturally, that is going to be the best one for Sora. Oh right, Barbarian, how could I forget? You really want it for Rage, that's all you really need it for. A little bit of extra damage, resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing as a tank, of course. Species traits. Now, Con and Strength is what you're going to be taking. Under Common, of course. I mean, there's not many things you can do for language here. I'm not sure what Sora speaks. But Adrenaline Rush is nice for that extra hit points. Powerful build, of course, and Relentless Endurance. Let's talk feats. You only have Chef. For your background, you're going to take, I believe it was Folk Hero. But anyways, you're just going to be cooking and eating, buffing yourself. Now, Folk Hero, that's right. I believe, it's like Dark Town, I believe. I forget the name. No, Dark Land. That's the guild, and they place it in the middle of like the Winter Wonderland after they get kicked out of Yopi Land. So yeah, Dark Land. She is technically a folk hero. She did save the day quite a few times. Additionally, she's a lawful good female with magenta eyes, medium build, about 5'3", and 160 some odd pounds. I would say because she eats a lot. 21 years old, fair skin, black hair, and she believes in the hardcore leveling warrior. She absolutely adores him. She loves him. Add whatever you want to personality, notes, and extras. I only build level 6. You guys build out from here. Now, I really do love hardcore leveling warrior. It is probably one of my favorite series, aside from Akame ga Kill. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll release Dark in a quick little bit. Goodbye and good night.